Today, February 14th, the Christian Church remembers and celebrates Saint Valentine, martyr of the Christian faith. Much like Saint Patrick, Saint Valentine's Day is celebrated by Christians and non-Christians alike. Also, like Saint Patrick, people that are celebrating Saint Valentine's Day probably have no idea who Saint Valentine or Saint Patrick even is. And this is for a good reason. For even those first Christians who began to celebrate Saint Valentine had no idea who he really was. For starters, we are not really sure which man named Valentine we are even referencing. One was a priest in Rome, one was a bishop elsewhere in Italy, and one was a missionary in Africa. When Pope Gelasius made his decree to commemorate the faith and life of Saint Valentine, even he said Valentine's works and life were largely known only to the Lord. The two stories that seem to be consistently told about Valentine are stories of love, family, and marriage. In a time when the Roman Empire was in decline and its emperor was trying to revive it through military campaigns, the emperor had an edict that no man could be married unless he had first served in the Roman army. Valentine could not endorse this rule, as it is a doctrine of demons that forbids marriage, as the Apostle Paul says in 1 Timothy chapter 4. And so the story goes that St. Valentine was responsible for secretly marrying Christians prior to their service in the military. And he was imprisoned for his Christian faith, possibly for his defiance of the government in regards to this marriage law. St. Valentine knew that he was facing certain death and execution. The daughter of his jailer had become somewhat of a friend to Valentine, and she cared for him greatly. As the date of his execution drew near, she expressed great sadness and grief at the idea that he would no longer be with her. It was then that St. Valentine comforted her by writing a note, written on paper, expressing his faith in Jesus and his assurance that even in death, he would have life forever in Christ. He signed the note, "Your Valentine." And so, on this day when we also give notes, chocolates and gifts and treats to those that we love, let us also remember St. Valentine, who confessed his faith even to the point of death and comforted those he loved with his hope in the gospel.